Here we are. Okay, from the beginning. So, Shades of Ireland with Colette Vacations, 10 days, 13 meals. So, this is the tour at a glance. It starts in Dublin and ends in King's Court. So, of course, you'd go back from King's Court to Dublin to catch your air. You could also add on to go to England if you want, or you could, well, actually start in England, go to Dublin, and then end in Scotland if you wish. But you don't have to worry about that. It is a classic style, meaning there's up to 37 people on the bus, and it is a moderate level. So not too bad for activity. Don't worry too much about, oh, I don't think I keep up or whatever. I think this is one of the best levels that you could probably go on other than one. There are a variety of terrains here. So you do, if you feel like you might want walking sticks, by all means bring them with you because there's no harm in having those on the cobblestone streets. And time zone is actually 7 hours east of us here in Edmonton. Packing, you would pack in layers because it can get cool, but you could get warm too. So you've got to be able to add or remove a layer. You'll have local Irish cuisine and make sure that you wear comfortable footwear. That's essential. There will always be a tour manager with you on board your bus. And so Glenda's your host, like she's traveling with you, but she's not your tour manager. So when there's issues on a tour or you have questions, the tour manager will be able to ask that. And it could be a man or a woman. Shades of Ireland. So you could start in England if you wanted to and go to London for a few days, or you could go right to Dublin. And on day two, because day one, they're calling that the day that you travel, and you would arrive in Dublin. So, as you can see, Dublin is a very lovely, pretty city. It has a river running through it, really nice buildings, really a lot to see in this city. On day three, you will take a panoramic ride. You'll go by St. Patrick's, the National Gallery, the Phoenix Gardens, and then your afternoon will be free. So you might want to go to college. You might want to go to the Guinness factory where you have drinks. Anyways, the free time is your own. So you'll always have the excursion and then you'll have some free time. So that's will be on the day three afternoon. And so some of the free time, you could go to a museum, you could explore the Georgian Quarter, you could go to the Temple Bar District. And this is there was a lot of writers and famous people that came to Dublin. So you'll see a lot of references to authors and poets and things like that here. So lovely place to be able to go and visit. So if you like checking out the bars, you can do that too. There is an optional tour to the Guinness Storehouse, but if you're there, for sure take it because it's very, very interesting. It's very unique. Um, the there are three elements. There's the trademark, the label, the Arthur Guinness signature, and the harp and the word mark. So as you can see on the glass here, and it's dark beer, kind of almost burnt tasting to me. And I think that comes from the way that they process it. So they would tell you more about that on your tour. Then we would be on to Kilkenny. There's an iconic castle there, lunch on your own. It's referred to as Marble City, and it was established in 1609. It is regarded as the religious center of Ireland. So you have a choice of a tour. You could go to the Waterford Crystal Factory, and I have been there. So if you're interested in crystal and how they actually make the crystal, that's a good choice. If not, you can go to the medieval museum and find out the hundreds of years of history in Ireland. On day five, you will be going to Blarney, the Blarney Castle, that of course you've all heard of. This castle was done between the 15th and 17th centuries. So, of course, a lot of it is kind of in ruins, but the part that where you go up to see the Blarney Stone, you go way up to the top here, and you'll be able to kiss the Blarney Stone. And this is Why Do You Kiss the Blarney Stone? Well, we'll see a little. So you can see they're holding on to you. You don't have to worry, and you're holding on to the post as well. So you're said to have the gift of eloquence once you have kissed the Blarney Stone. So, people would say that's a lot of Blarney. That's kind of what they're referring to. So here in Killarney, you have a diner's choice. So a choice of restaurants and a choice of what meal you want to have that evening. Then next we will go on to the Ring of Kerry. This is the rugged beauty in this loop that you will be traveling on. So you can kind of see, here's the road is going along here, and all the way it's kind of weaving its way through. So rugged beauty, and there's when you have a stop, there's gifts, unique gifts, and things that they're famous for in this area. If the weather's good, you will also get a ride in this jaunting car right here. So it's kind of a famous thing in their area. And then you will have a free evening. So um, there's lots of nice shopping in the Killarney area as well, and it is lovely. They make wonderful woolen sweaters, jackets, hats, scarves, gloves. So you might want to pick something like that up because that's all original and made there from the wool in Ireland. Then on to day 7, we are on to the Cliffs of Moher, and in it these are limestone uh, faces in both directions. So it goes on and on for miles like this direction, and you can't see the other way, but it goes on for miles this direction. So this is all limestone, and you can see by the size of the people how big these are. Sometimes it can be a little bit foggy in the area, but you should be able to get a fairly good view while you're here. And then you're off to Limerick, and you can see the castle there. It's beautiful scenic beauty, really, really pretty place. In the evening, there is an optional medieval banquet dinner. So you can see all the fun that they're having. Now, I have not been to this particular one, but I have been to another one in the UK. So very similar, lots of entertainment, lots of fun. So you won't want to miss that. Then on day 8, we're moving on from Galway to Limerick, from into the limestone. This is all limestone in here, and it's called the limestone of Burin. And you will have a sheep, the dogs herding the sheep demonstration at one of the farms there. Really, really interesting how the dogs are trained and how well they can herd the sheep. So it's good to see it live. There is a little bit of a video here that you can see, just to give you an idea. They're so smart. And they do, they're herding by different whistles that they're trained to hear different whistles, and then they know if they go left or right, that sort of thing. So you can see this terrain, and sometimes sheep can get into quite a bit of different stuff. So they're busy herding them. So that gives you an idea of that. I'll just give you that just short little version there. And then, okay. We are in this town here, Galway. It's a city of tribes, and it's known as the most musical city in Ireland. So look how pretty this is, so colorful, the colors. The people are just outstanding here. They are so friendly and they are so welcoming. And what is the difference between Irish whiskey and Scotch whiskey? Well, I've had both of them, and I wouldn't have been able to tell you that except I was told. And Scotch whiskey, uh, it has to sit for 3 years, and it's mostly made out of malted barley. And Irish whiskey has to be made in Ireland, and it sits for 3 years as well. And it's a little bit smoother because it's made from malted and unmalted barley. So just a little bit of a subtle difference. You'll have an opportunity to check that out. So you'll be taken to a whiskey distillery and shown how they do it, and then you'll have a tasting. And then it's on to Cabra Castle. Doesn't this look so nice? This is actually where you're going to be staying for I think it's the last night. This is just a stunning, stunning place. Just look at the grounds and the example of some of the bedrooms. And then the tour ends there. And that's when you will decide whether you are going home or whether you're going on to some other part of Europe. So I'm going to stop sharing this now. And so for this tour, the deposit is $689 per person, and it is refundable until October the 24th of this year. So if you're thinking about going, I would get the deposit in. They also have a excellent insurance policy. It's canceled for any reason, and it's also $698. So I would definitely recommend that because I've had clients that had to cancel their trip and they got their money back within days of their cancellation. So no hassle, cancel for any reason, and you're good to go. And then the final payment is going to be in January 24th of 2027. So you can get through Christmas and then you'll have your final payment on your trip. So I'm hoping that you will join Glenda on this really wonderful trip. I've been to Ireland 3 times, once around on a cruise and twice touring. So you will absolutely love it. The people are beautiful. They are so endearing and so welcoming, and you will just love it. Plus, to visit another country and they're actually English speaking as well. So sometimes language can be a barrier. So don't worry about that because you are going to have a wonderful time. And hope to hear from you and see you soon.